In the heart of an untamed wilderness, a lone craftsman embarks on a monumental undertaking. He has discovered a natural cave, the perfect canvas for what will become a masterpiece of primitive engineering. But before creation can begin, the ground must be cleared. With a pickaxe in hand, he tirelessly works, stripping away the overgrown vegetation that conceals the cave's entrance. Every branch and vine is meticulously removed and piled up, not as waste, but as the first resource for his ambitious project. The next crucial resource is wood. He ventures into the dense forest, selecting slender trees for his purpose. Using a simple handsaw, he fells tree after tree, the rhythmic sound of sawing echoing through the quiet woods. Each piece is cut to a uniform length, a testament to his precision and foresight. He bundles the harvested logs, transforming the raw material into a manageable load. With the heavy bundle on his back, he makes the arduous journey back to his chosen site. These logs are not for building but for fire. His first task is to create a supply of high-quality charcoal. In front of the cave, he carefully arranges the wood and ignites a controlled fire. The flames dance and roar, beginning the slow, transformative process of pyrolysis. He diligently tends to the fire, stacking more logs to ensure an even burn, maximizing the yield. As the fire grows, the wood slowly blackens, its essence concentrating into pure carbon. Once the logs have been fully converted into glowing embers, he begins to extinguish the flames. This crucial step prevents the precious charcoal from turning to ash. With his initial fuel supply secured, Along now turns his attention to a more permanent structure, a kiln. He begins by meticulously laying a foundation of stones, binding them together with a thick mud mortar. Each stone is carefully selected and placed, his hands working with the practiced ease of a master mason. The walls of the kiln slowly rise, a sturdy, circular structure taking shape stone by stone. He prepares more building material, mixing local earth in a basin to create the perfect adhesive. Using a simple cloth bag, he transports the heavy wet soil to the construction site. The mud is packed tightly over the stones, forming a solid, insulated dome for the kiln. He embeds more stones into the mud, reinforcing the structure and adding to its thermal mass. The process is laborious, requiring countless trips to gather more earth and stones. He even uses his own body weight, compacting the earth to ensure there are no air pockets. To achieve a perfectly smooth finish, he uses a small, flat stone to burnish the surface of the clay. This technique not only looks professional but also increases the kiln's durability. He continues to build upwards, layer by layer, his focus unwavering. The kiln's chimney begins to take shape, a testament to his careful planning. He selects a large flat stone to serve as the top of the kiln, a capstone for his creation. With the structure complete, it is time to prepare the fuel. He gathers more wood, this time for a different purpose. He sets up a chopping block and, with powerful swings of his axe, splits the logs into smaller, more manageable pieces. This is not just fuel but the raw material for his next piece of equipment. He carefully whittles down the pieces, his knife skills on full display. Now, the kiln is put to the test. He lights a fire inside, the smoke billowing from the chimney. Using a blowpipe, he feeds oxygen to the flames, dramatically increasing the temperature inside. The kiln glows red hot, a fiery heart in the cool green forest. With the kiln fired up, he begins his next project, crafting a container. He selects a thick log and begins by sawing off a section. Then, using the sharp edge of his axe, he painstakingly hollows out the center. Chip by chip, the log transforms from a solid block into a hollow cylinder. He works with incredible patience, his every move deliberate and precise. Next, he uses a primitive hand drill, or auger, to bore holes through the side of the cylinder. This requires immense physical effort, twisting the tool again and again, until it punches through the dense wood. He then crafts dozens of small wooden skewers, sharpening each one to a fine point. What could this strange contraption be for? He inserts the sharpened skewers into the holes he drilled. It becomes clear he has crafted an ingenious, all-natural fish trap or smoker. But a trap is useless without bait. He digs in the rich forest soil, searching for earthworms. Success. He carefully threads the bait onto the tips of his skewers, preparing his trap for its first catch. He gives the completed device a final rinse in the river before setting his sights on the next task. His next project requires larger timber. He finds a fallen tree and begins sawing it into manageable sections. After transporting the heavy logs back to his camp, he strips them of their bark. Using his axe, he masterfully carves mortise and tenon joints, the ancient language of woodworking. He assembles the pieces, fitting them together with remarkable precision. He continues to saw and chisel, shaping each component for a larger assembly. This is not just random chopping, it is a symphony of controlled force and delicate shaping. The pieces come together to form a sturdy, square frame. He then begins splitting thin planks of wood, creating the panels for his creation. Each plank is carefully shaped and sized. He fits these panels into the frame, creating a solid wooden box. The final structure is a large, beautifully crafted wooden container, but its purpose is not yet clear. Now, he prepares a strange concoction. He gathers water from the river and adds wood chips to a pot. He boils this mixture over a fire, creating a dark tannin, rich liquid. The purpose of the box and the brew is revealed. He is waterproofing the wood. He painstakingly coats every inch of the box's interior with the dark liquid. This natural sealant will protect the wood from moisture, ensuring his creation lasts for years. Once sealed, he moves the heavy box to its designated place, near the future entrance of his shelter. With several projects complete, it is time to secure a meal. He builds a small fire by the river's edge. He retrieves his provisions, preparing for a well-deserved wilderness feast. Potatoes are washed in the clear river water and peeled with practiced efficiency. He crafts a simple yet effective grilling rack from green branches. He has managed to catch several small fish, which he skewers and places over the hot coals. The fish sizzle and cook, turning a beautiful golden brown. He then prepares his vegetables, chopping foraged mushrooms, onions, and tomatoes. All the ingredients go into a pot, ready to be cooked into a hearty stew. He adds foraged greens and seasons the mixture, stirring it gently over the fire. The aroma of cooking food fills the small cave. Once the stew is ready, he adds the flaky, roasted fish. He transports the hot coals into the cave using a small brazier, bringing both warmth and light. Dinner is served. He lays out his simple meal, a feast fit for a king of the wilderness. The satisfaction is palpable as he takes his first bite. This is the reward for a long day of relentless hard work. After his meal, he cleans up and prepares for a night's rest, the sound of the river a soothing lullaby. The new day brings the most ambitious phase of the project, building the main shelter. He begins by preparing a large batch of binder, a primitive form of cement. He mixes a white powder, likely calcined shells or limestone, with water, causing a chemical reaction that generates heat. To this lime putty, he adds fine sand and clay, creating a strong, natural mortar. The rain begins to fall, but it doesn't deter him. He continues his work inside the cave. His primary building materials are the stones gathered from the riverbed. He begins laying the foundation for the floor, spreading the mortar and carefully setting each stone. This is painstaking work, a giant puzzle where each piece must fit perfectly. The floor of his new home slowly takes shape, a beautiful mosaic of natural stone. He smooths the mortar in the gaps, ensuring a level and solid surface. With the floor complete, he starts on the walls, continuing the same meticulous process. The stone wall rises, a formidable barrier against the wilderness outside. He integrates a massive stone slab into the design, which will serve as the mantel for a fireplace. He lights a fire in the newly formed hearth, bringing warmth and life to the stone structure. Taking a brief pause, he forages for wild berries and brews a hot drink on his new fireplace. The simple pleasure of a warm cup in his hand is a small victory amidst the colossal effort. He sits atop his half-finished wall, surveying his kingdom with a look of profound satisfaction. Rejuvenated, he returns to the task, adding the final layers to the impressive stone wall. Each stone is tapped into place, creating a structure as solid as the mountain itself. The wall is now complete, a stunning display of rustic masonry. Now for the centerpiece, a magnificent, round wooden door. He uses a piece of charcoal on a string to draw a perfect circle on a large panel of wood he assembled earlier. With his handsaw, he carefully cuts along the line, a task requiring immense control and a steady hand. The circular door is cut out, a perfect wooden disc. Next, he builds the door frame, a matching circular structure made from meticulously joined segments. He coats the pieces in his waterproofing solution before assembling them. The completed door frame is a work of art in itself, ready to be installed. He carves intricate locking mechanisms and handles, showcasing his advanced carpentry skills. With the components ready, he moves the heavy frame to the cave entrance. He carefully embeds the frame into the stone wall, securing it with more rocks and mortar. The marriage of wood and stone is seamless, a beautiful fusion of natural materials. The arch above the door is finished with the same level of care, completing the facade. Finally, he hangs the round door, fitting it perfectly into the frame. It opens and closes with satisfying ease. His shelter is now secure from the outside. It looks like something from a fantasy novel. To celebrate the completion of his front door, he prepares another meal. Carrots, mushrooms, and potatoes are chopped and placed into the pot. He stokes the fire inside his cave, the hearth now the heart of his home. Smoke curls from the chimney, a sign of life and warmth within. He cooks the vegetable stew, adding fresh herbs for flavor. To accompany the stew, he flakes the meat from another perfectly roasted fish. The finished meal is a vibrant mix of colors and textures, a true gourmet dish made from scratch in the wild. He enjoys his dinner by the fire, the flickering light casting shadows on the stone walls of the home he built with his own 2 hands. He even has a chair, another testament to his woodworking prowess, built earlier with the same mortise and tenon technique. He had assembled it piece by piece, even adding a comfortable fabric seat. Now, it sits proudly in his new home, a throne for the master of this domain. As night falls, he sips his tea, a lit candle providing a warm, gentle glow. He sits at his doorway, a silent guardian watching over the tranquil forest. This is more than just a shelter, it is a sanctuary, a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and the timeless art of creation.